Hi, Ranger and Tano and I are here in Washington at a mounted shoot. This is Ranger's first time being really exposed to a lot of chaos and commotion. He's handling it really well. Hi, big guy. Yeah, you're ready for me to ride you. You see it, aren't you? Yeah.
Ranger had a great experience at the mounted shoot in Washington. He had to go through the obstacle course of all the vehicles and trailers and people. And we didn't get the video camera out quite soon enough when there was actually people around, but he got exposed to people on both sides of him, walking, trotting, loping, crowding him. He spent part of the time going sideways, but it didn't take him long, and he just relaxed and handled the pressure of all the other horses and the chaos great. Never cared at all about the shooting and stuff. He was really good. The horse I'm riding with Ranger is Tonto. He's also a Mustang that we adopted as a 7-year-old. He's now 13 and he's outstanding. He does lessons and everything. And here we're working Ranger on doing some figure eights, just getting him to listen to me and the horse that I'm riding so that he is paying attention. He's doing great. After the shoot was all over, of course they left the balloons up, and that's just asking me to go play. So Ranger and I had a good time playing with the balloons, and as you can tell, he wasn't too awfully concerned about them. He's sure a nice guy. Ranger spent the 3 days in Washington in a corral with 3 other horses. And as you can see here, he's deathly afraid of people and is hard to catch. Just joking on that. He was the first one to want out every day. We would catch all the other horses and he would stand there at the gate and say, "Please me, please me." But he was great with the other horses. He didn't fight or bicker. He just hung out. He was wonderful. The kids would come up to the fence and he'd walk on over so they could scratch him and stuff. He was just a wonderful guy there that week. We didn't have the video camera available when we loaded him at home, but he loaded then just like he did here. He's doing great. He's acting like a broke horse. The only thing he's not sure of is the divider. He doesn't know that he's supposed to move over just yet, but it won't take him long and he'll be a pro at it.
Today he has his rubber reins on. This we use to help teach him to give to the bit. It's the first day he's had them on. He's figuring them out pretty good.
Once they've had the rubber reins on for a while and they've been loose, I always like to approach my saddle and kind of sack him out and jump around, but then I like to lunge him real easy, walk, trot the first time, and get him to just give to that bit. And there you can see how collected he is. He's just learning what the bit means and what he should do with it.
We're going to see what Ranger thinks about clippers. I like having a bridle path for my horses. It just makes it easier. And now that we have his head in chiropractically, he should accept it a little easier. I always like to show it to him. I don't want to just attack him. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Makes lots of noise. Now I personally like to stand up a little higher because I'm short. Vroom, 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 vroom. Good. See again? Look, they make noise now. What is that? Sounds like a big bug. Taking your hands off, huh? If we want to do his muzzle, we take the same easy approach. Let him check it out. Most of the time, if they're not afraid of you and the things that you've shown them, they don't have a problem with it. It smell funny? It feel funny? Yeah, we're all beautiful. Today we're going to start working Ranger by teaching him some leg cues before we get on his back. That way he'll understand fully what we are asking from him. The more things we can tell him, the more things we can use to tell him the same thing, is going to help him. Not big guy. Good boy. So what we're going to do is take his natural response or reaction and turn it into a trained response. Example, if a bug starts to bite him down here, where does his head go? Oh, good boy. Good boy. He's naturally going to swing his head around to get rid of the bug. Okay? So what we're going to do is use that as a trained response. We ask him to turn his head over here. Bug. Big bug. Good boy. Then we'll put forward motion to it. We'll cluck and get him to move. Therefore, we got a left turn. Now, we want a right turn. Here's our bug. There he is. Good boy. And then we'll ask him again on the right side. Bug. Big bug. Oh, good boy. So therefore, when we get on, we use our inside leg. He will automatically, good boy, turn his head to the left or to the right, whichever leg we start walking with him. See if we can put this to use. We can also help with our reins. We've already taught him in lunging and our groundwork how to give to the row. So all we're doing is putting one more aid in there, one more answer that he can understand. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. I'm going to use my hip as my leg. Doing a left turn. Good boy. Hip. Good boy. Good boy. Hip. Good boy. But the next thing I want to start teaching is how to stop. Now, normally we pull back on our horses. But there's another way to also help them learn to stop. And start on his favorite side, but we're going to take and we're going to grip. If somebody gets scared, they oftentimes in riding a horse get in fetal position. And when they do that, their heels will wrap right into the horse's belly. In most cases, the horse takes off. But instead, we can teach the horse to stop and save us if we get worried and are thrown forward and dig them with our heels. Intermittent would be to go forward, squeeze and hold would be to stop. So we're going to get him going first.
Okay, now that we have our forward motion, we've got him going, we can then grip with our hand and our hip and pull on the reins and tell him, whoa. Good boy. If we hold our grip, he should back. Reward him. And then retry. Grip, pull, and back. Good boy. Always reward him. He's going to work for those rewards. We can change sides, do the same thing on the other side. And as we're doing this, we're working on our turns. We grip, and whoa, and back. Good job, Ranger. He's getting more fluid each time, and that's what we're looking for. Once Ranger's doing good without his saddle, then we can do the same thing with his saddle and his bit. So we're helping him to understand the pull of it. The next thing that we want to do is we like to tie them back to their tail. We don't tie them super tight. We don't leave them for very long, 5 minutes at the most. And all it does is teaches them to give with that pressure and to get off of that bit. They pull on their tail, it'll cause them to look around, see where the pull is coming from, therefore create the bend. It'll just help us out when we go to ride them later on. It's a good place to end on his 4th week. Join us next week.